my god, is that heavy? For me being low stock, there is a lot inside. Buttons are in, charms are in, this box is ready to go. Hello, my name is Silicone or Hida and welcome back to my channel. I'm a creative being and a mess of an artist, and I take you along onto my art journey. And in this video, I will go to Made in Asia in Brussels. Brussels sprouts. Do I now have to say an S or not? I don't know. I didn't sit down in quite a long while to film a proper intro of a video before convention, and yes, I just have all my energy back. The last few weeks, months were a lot, many conventions, then I felt sick and all, but here we are. And this will also be probably a longer video again, because somehow my convention videos are not shorter than half an hour at least. Let's get started. Let's do things, because there is a lot going on right now. My plan for today is to pack everything up, prepare everything, and then just have to pack the car tomorrow morning and drive to Brussels. Today is the 17th of October. It is a Thursday, and Made in Asia is on the 19th and 20th of October. So it's 2 days instead of 3, because I think it used to be 3 days long, which is a lot. But now it's only 2 days. It is the fall edition, if I'm not mistaken, because I think like Facts, which is organized by the same organization, as far as I got that right, I hope. It has 2 editions, a spring edition and a fall edition, and yeah. I am very excited to go there. I never was at Made in Asia, and the only reason I will be there with my boyfriend and take part of it is because a friend of my boyfriend will go there, and they booked 6 meters, but they will only use 3, so they gave the other 3 meters to us. So each one of us will have 1.5 meter, and that is more than enough. I also went through my t-shirts to see what I bring, because I brought this box to many conventions now, and first of all, it is slowly starting to fall apart, which makes it hard to transport the t-shirts, and also it's many. Like at the start I got 50, and so far at conventions I usually sell 1 till 3 t-shirts. Like I don't sell many, but I constantly sold some, which is wonderful. Like for the first time of having t-shirts and experiencing this kind of merch at my booth, it goes slow but steady, and I'm very happy with that. I don't know if I will restock up on these, or if I will add other designs to my t-shirts. Like that's a question for future me, probably also for next year. But so far I'm very happy with it. It's really nice to have such a thing at my booth. In general, I just love to have a lot of variety at my booth, and yeah, there's always new things coming and other things going, and it just changes all the time. Of course, there are still things I have since 2020, like my quirk buttons. People still love them, but at the moment selling them is also slower. I have a variety of t-shirt sizes, because for me it was very important to include many sizes for many people and make it accessible, like as accessible as possible. So I have sizes from XS until 4XXL. Like I have the very small ones, and I have the very big ones, and I have all the ones in the middle. That's why I go through the box and pack off each size only a few. While the ones I sell most is at the moment M and L, and maybe XL. That's how you steal your boyfriend's package, use his trash, and create a new box for your t-shirts. That's what I also did with the other box where my t-shirts came in. Like the moment I sold a few t-shirts, I made it smaller by cutting down the edges here and then just folding it inside to have more lit part, I guess. And this is a compact package, and I will also write down the size I have in and how many, and like this I don't have to transport that huge box, which makes it much more pleasant. Buttons are done, t-shirts are done. Now mostly cleaning up, bringing the things down and all, and I will later still go shop, as in I will go to a art supply store to see what they have, if there's anything I need, because of course you go to the art supply store to see if you need something not at home. I'm so excited, like I'm slowly getting into the mindset, because I didn't do anything all week long for the convention. I worked on commission stuff, but not convention stuff. In general, like the year is ending and also my stock is slowly ending. Like I will not restock on any keychains until the end of the year, until December, so I have them for the year afterwards, like for 2025, and it's coming to an end. 17 conventions this year if everything works well. Wow, you can see the thingy, the atomium. Yeah, from here. Oh, this is hall number 5. I think this is the merchants hall. Probably, because we're in the artist hall, which is number 4. Yeah, merchants, everyone's building up, and we are going now to the reception to ask if we can already reapply for Mia. Like, we're now here for the first time, and you can immediately at the previous event book again for the next edition. So we see if we book already for next edition, and then we see if it was lucrative this weekend, and usually then we can still cancel our reservation. And yeah, what do I have? I have time here on my phone, yes. And I think it's interesting because they're working with like these walls, because every artist has a booth like that for 3 meters, and now in our case we have 6 meters, and Fristy, who is the artist that booked the spot, gave us 3 meters, so he has 1.5 meter, I have 1.5 meter, and yeah. Are we going into the right direction?
I know where I'm going.
He knows the way, I don't. So I follow. But yes, very excited. Oh, they also have a lot of decoration here. I think they put a lot of effort into that. Like also facts, they always have like such things where people can take pictures and all. It is super cool. And they have lots, like I think when I started to watch anime 13 years ago, Mia was a convention where people were like, oh my god, we went to Mia and such. Like, it was a big thing, it was a big deal, big con. So now 13 years later I'm at Made in Asia for the first time.
I'm almost sure it's right.
Swords and all, like how many halls does Mia use?
I don't know, I go for 3 things at once, so it's a bit...
Yeah, like apparently there's 3 things going on this weekend here, so let's see about that. We found the info. And we have to go over here. A sales point. We book your booth here. Stand there.
I am blind, brother.
And I don't read. They even have free coffee. That's so kind. And Red Bull.
It's nicer in vibe than fun.
Nicer vibe in fact.
in my opinion.
Well,
So
it's
far.
yeah. There we go. We arrived now at Made in Asia in Brussels, and driving was very chill. Like we barely had any traffic. Like people drive like crazy as usual, but besides that and like 10 or 15 minutes of like some traffic jam, everything went smoothly. We ate something on the way here, and now we arrived here and are building up the tables. Very excited. My table and then Fuzzy's table and then the table of our friend that who booked everything and asked us to come along, and it's like super great and wonderful, and there's just so many people here, and somehow like they put the arches into those little boxes, and I think it's somewhat cute. Like I know that in Luxembourg they put us in between Hera fences. It's not pretty, but these little cute boxes are pretty. They are so cute. I don't know, it feels like little houses. It's our little house. We have a little house, and yes, today I try to build up as much as possible, and then tomorrow I just do some things. I, as usual, have no idea when it opens tomorrow, but I think we will be here at 9, and yeah, very excited. I hope that a lot is going on because this was expensive. Mia is expensive. I think it's the most expensive con I now went to, and it's only for 2 days because Dokumi is still 3 days. So let's hope, fingers crossed, let's hope that many people come here and that we make great sales, because I am also not full stock. I hope that won't be a problem.
Fine, Red Bull.
Ah, yes, they're free. We have free Red Bull and I don't drink it. Why can't they have chocolate milk? I don't know.
Because chocolate milk does not usually sponsor gaming conventions.
Well, chocolate milk should start sponsoring conventions.
We're gonna start sponsoring you.
Bye. Yeah, Red Bull is over there. I have to hang up my prints on the wall.
I have my phone so you can come.
You can't have my stick. I am the stupid, I have to stupid, and I have to work. At least I'm in a very good mood, and let's get started. It's Saturday morning, we arrived before 8 here and they let us in right away, so that's great. And yes, now we have to get going. And I can misuse my boyfriend's boxes to put you on. Wait. Table. Yeah, you're like in the spot. Well, you're in the spotlight over there.
I think it would have been great if we had one
Lamp.
per table.
Yeah. Well, I don't care also if they put up on these lights, then they should. I hope they do.
We're in the better lit room because the merchants are in the one where you can really
Yeah, but I hope then. But yes, there's a lot going on right now. People are coming in. Guillaume is coming. Hiyo!
Hi, boo girl. Don't film me when doing that.
The sun is shining into my face and I somewhat like this because usually such halls are very dark and then you have like this artificial lights due to the lamps. But they have windows here and it's so nice, I love it. I will see the weather outside, it was very dark and rainy this morning. And we drove here around 7, 8, something like that. And yes, the table is standing and we are all set up, we are ready to go. It is now after 9, it started now at 9 for the VIPs. Of course, as usual, it is very empty at 9 o'clock when there is VIP entrance and such, because first of all, there is not many people that have VIP, because that's why this VIP, and they have to be let in. So that takes some time, and then they have to get to hall number 4, which is not right at the start. So it's very, very slow, it's very gentle. I'm here, I'm ready, and excited. I am a bit scared that I don't have enough with me. The more expensive con, so let's see how this will go. Let's see if I will sell out on some things. I hope I will sell many things to get all the costs back in and also go out with some profit. All the artists are in hall number 4. I am at booth M39, and what is very interesting about this event is that it is 3 events in one. It's like made in Asia, it's how is it called? Heroes Comic Con, and it is Game Force, because all these 3 events are standing on my bracelet and they just like combined everything to get all the people in here. And that's really cool. I never had that, so like it's 3 events in one. And I hope there will be many people. From what I've heard is that they apparently already sold 60,000 tickets. I hope that's true. I hope all these people come, and I hope that they still have some tickets left, so if like people come by last minute, that they will also get a ticket and can come in. So very excited. Like, this is a new con. I never was here as a visitor ever before, and I have a lot of energy. Like I'm in such a good mood. Yesterday not so much because it was so stressful and a lot, but today. The lighting here is bad, but let's have a little talk. It is Sunday morning. I just woke up, I showered, and usually on Sundays, oh, my voice is not there yet, oh my god. But usually on Sundays, because we are leaving, we also leave the Airbnb, and we have to prepare everything in the Airbnb, like get the trash out, take care that all the dishes are made and such. So this adds up. It's something we have to plan in, wake up for it. Like now we woke up at 7, we have to be at Mia at 9, but because we don't have to prepare much on the table, we can just like drive at around 8. We need 20 minutes and then we'll be there in time. Something that also yesterday happened is it's the first con that if you don't open up at the time they ask you to open up, which was at 9, they will bring papers around to the booths that are not open yet, because artists put like blankets over their booths and such, so that no one can access them and steal something, you know, just to be cautious and also show that it's still closed. And 9:15, a lady was going around handing out those papers that if you're not open today on time as well, you have to pay a fee, a fine, something, which is like $100, and that's something I never saw at a con. Of course, every con says like please be present from opening time until closing time at your booth and be there and be around. Of course, if you go to the bathroom shortly, it's another thing, but your booth shall be open. So that was very interesting for me to see, because I have never seen that before. In regard of people, it's very close to the vibe of LGX. Very like rough to get people to your booth and talk to them, like they're very distant, like it's very hard to connect. And yes, it's very aesthetically pleasing in some way, how every artist has their literally booth with the walls around them, but it just shuts you completely off. You do not have any socials, in the artist alley with other artists. Like, you do not connect unless you know an artist and you go around to go find them, or unless you have booked a booth with them. But then again, you don't make new connections, and that's very sad. Like, I don't know, I just feel so distanced at this convention. Facts partially too, because they partially also have words. But I had the sweetest people there. Like, there were two people that were so sweet and kept their time to like talk to me, and that was just so amazing. And one of them recognized me from YouTube, which I was not expecting, and it was just like, oh my god, because they came by and they like came to my booth, they looked at me, and like milliseconds later, like, it's when you realize something, and I saw they realized something, and they just like stared back at me and then got super excited about knowing me, and I was like, oh my god, that's so sweet and cool. And I was like, yeah, they probably know me from Instagram or Twitter, I don't know. No, they recognize me from YouTube, because they are none of the people that started watching me because they know me as a friend, as a person, as someone they know around in Luxembourg and at artist alleys, and then followed me due to that, like subscribes me due to that. No, they subscribed me and then watched my video and then came to a con and then by accident found me, and it was just so sweet and exciting. And oh my god, I'm so shy. I never had that. I watch other artists that go to artist alleys and do conventions and all, and then sometimes they get recognized, and then you see them on the video, and it's sweet. So you're like, so I was always wondering if that would happen to me, but I only have like 428 subscribers right now, and if you're in that situation, that's very like exciting, because I'm so small, but then there's a person that recognized me, and I was just like, oh my god. We should be ready now. Everything is back on its spot. I have my lino prints here. I also have some hanging there, and this helps for people to see them because I have some free space there, because I also ran out of some prints because I no longer sell these, or like I didn't stock them up because I want to have them out of my stock, you know. But I actually sold one lino print yesterday. It made me very happy. Then my zines as usual, I always put them at the back while I am gone. I think that attracts less people in case of. And then my self-service stickers, and then some of the little mini prints of Helva Boss and Hesvin Hotel. I didn't cover my booth up during nights in the last few years, like since I started, but I recently started doing that because I think I just feel more safe nowadays with it, also because I have so much nowadays. So I'm very glad I do that, and I have this very thin but very large blanket with me all the time, and it's very convenient. It's like, it's not a blanket to sleep in or such, or like a bed sheet. It's actually a blanket that you use to cover up couches. Like, it's a couch blanket to cover it up and make it look prettier if you don't like the couch or a different color, you know. And they are huge, like they're really huge, and they're usually very thin. If you want to know where I want to go and where I will be going next, I want to go to HeroCon, and I will probably go to RedNetCon. I don't know yet. I applied there, but I don't think I got a confirmation yet. I don't think so. I will go to KailanCon, but by the time this video comes up, I already was at KailanCon most likely. And then if you like League of Legends and Valorant and Rocket League and you want to play with people, you can go to Nocturnal and such. Let me put this here. I don't know if that will help you or work. There's the Discord. Yes. My partner is also in that Discord and such, and people are very friendly and you can play with them. It is 20 minutes before 9, so we still have some time. I might go around a bit and see what there is. since I didn't manage to do so yet. But yes, so far Mia is going very slow. A bit frustrated about the convention because back then it was like this very big deal, but apparently they are losing attention and interest of people, and it's just very slow con. Like, it's nothing compared to Dokumi. It's also nothing compared to Konichi, because Konichi is also a 3-day con, has cheaper tables, and with the people visiting, it's closer to Konichi. But Konichi is like a whole different world compared to this. Then again, I also think that Belgian cons and French cons are just a whole different vibe overall. It's very, like, it's culturally so different for me. And I also had some very nice people yesterday. The one I already talked about. The other one was a cosplayer that just like came by, and it's a cosplay with the mindset of like talking to artists and people to meet new people and such, and it's so lovely. And it's a rare thing here, I feel. But it just made my day, and also they said that it is very hard sometimes to connect with people because they're just like so distant. Like, it's a very distant kind of energy at such cons. It is a very big con, it has a lot to offer. Then again, it's also 3 conventions in one. I haven't figured out what the third one is yet. The second one is like they have actors and all here, meeting famous people, getting some autographs, some pictures and such. Something else I wanted to talk about yesterday was the 19th of October, and that is the date they chose to open up Dokumi applications. And I think after 2 or 3 minutes, like 2 or 3 minutes after 8, the first third of the first come first serve tables were gone. I think we only came through 4 or 5 minutes after 8 because slow, and I misunderstood something, and I'm so utterly upset about me. Like, I'm so mad about me. And if that cost me now the table, I'm not happy, because I love Dokumi. Like, Dokumi is the biggest con I go to. Dokumi was my first con I went to, and Dokumi is just so important for me, and I love it. I'm just running around, looking around. I'm sorry, and talking to you. I should show you things instead, but I like to ramble and talk. I might just put some footage over this, but that was so stressful because this con was a bit stressful. Then again, I feel overwhelmed by it and underwhelmed at the same time because nothing is going on, but I was worried of not having enough, and like that I didn't look into Dokumi stuff, and I should have just focused on Dokumi, because Dokumi is a convention that always goes well for me. It's a convention I love, it's a convention with such a nice energy, although it being so huge. It's the biggest artist alley in Europe, and you should definitely try to check it out. Probably not for this year, well, you might be lucky and they might choose you, or you get just randomly pulled and picked. But try Dokumi if you really want to have a challenge and a big con and many people. It's so lovely. Like, the people are lovely, despite it being very busy and stressful, because sometimes people stay around to talk, but it's not as much as like with Konichi, because Konichi is also smaller. But Dokumi is just my vibe. I love it. We will see how Sunday goes now. I hope, how I said already, that today people come shop, and yeah, let's see how it will go. Pigeon! I want to see the pigeon. Where did you go? Hello, little guy? Where did you... There you are. Hello. What are you doing in here? This is a hall. You shouldn't be here. Run! It's just a little guy. It's a little guy. Hi, little guy. Hi. Oh, I would steal him. My con pigeon. Let's go. Did I steal my partner's hoodie? Yes, I did. Does he know? No. But it's so comfy, I never wore it. I have my little list and we can get started now. We are back from Made in Asia. Today is Tuesday, so it's 2 days after the con. And this was quite something. This was interesting, and this for sure was another insight of how different convention culture can be. I mostly go to German conventions because they're easy to access for me, because I have a car, because I can speak German, and I also grew up in that environment. When I was 16, I started to go to conventions and they were all in Germany. Of course, we now have some Luxembourgish conventions, but they are only there since some years. LuxCon is now 10 years old, and before that, there really wasn't much around here. I go to conventions since 4 years in Germany, and that's what I also got used to when tabling at an artist alley. And Belgian cons, I just noticed, are different in many ways. One thing that I noticed and I personally think is a bit sad is that I saw other artists that used AI art, and it was just very shocking to actually see that. Of course, there were also other artists at German conventions that used to get into artist alleys with AI art, some managed, I think, but it is something German conventions look out for, and they also refuse artists if they notice that that artist uses AI. On which note, I don't consider that an artist, personally. And I saw that at the artist alley, besides also some booth just dropshipping, buying big bulk things for very cheap to then sell them in some way at the convention. I was a bit shocked about it. It seemed like nobody cared because, first of all, visitors don't necessarily notice that, so they just think it's art and they buy it and they don't think too much about it. But also, if you apply for Made in Asia, they don't really ask for a portfolio and all. Like, they don't really check things. So there is no real control. And also, when I mentioned it in the email, because at Made in Asia you can immediately apply for the next edition, and that's what we did. But we also asked if, in case it would not be lucrative for us, if we could drop out again. And you can do so 2 weeks after the event for free. And I already sent out my email right away on Monday to say that we cancel our table because it's not worth it for us. And I also mentioned that it was a bit weird to sit next to AI art and dropshippers. And they really didn't care about it. Like, they didn't say anything about that. They just said, okay, it's cancelled. So I think as long as they get the money, they don't care who attends. On which note, we will stay with the tables, and I must say they are expensive. Let's get right away into my money, into what I had to pay, and into what I got out of it. Starting with the table, my 1.5 meter table cost me 312 euros and 23 cents due to us splitting it. Like, we had a total of 6 meters, a friend of ours had 3 meters, and the other 3 meters was split between Fasiluna and me. And that's the amount we had with tables, with exhibitor tickets and all. So if you double that amount, you have the price we had to pay for 3 meters, our 3 chairs, our tables, the parking and exhibitor tickets, which we needed for my boyfriend, for me, and the friend that came with us, because it's still 3 hours away and he helped me with the driving, and I appreciate it a lot and I'm very thankful for that. But that's what we needed, because again, in Germany it is common that you just get the table, while in Belgium you have to order tables extra. And that can be a bit pricey, but then again, not everyone has tables at home and has the possibilities to transport them, which I think is also a weird way, and I am also not used to that. All 3 of us were sleeping in an Airbnb. We split that by 3. I had to pay 72 euros, which is fine. It's a fine price for 2 nights. Then the gas we split by 2, which is again my boyfriend and me. There we had to pay 29 euros each. And then the food, I count around 70 bucks for eating on the way, for eating at the con, and eating at home at the Airbnb. Very loosely to a price of 483 euros and 23 cents. So let's just say I had to spend around 500 euros for a 2-day convention. That is very, very pricey. It also takes a lot of energy and a lot of time due to us having to travel so far and organize so many things. Also back then when I got into the convention scene and all, Mia was to be praised to be this very big con where everyone had to go, and it was like such a big event. And when friends of mine went there, it was always so exciting to hear their experiences and how it was. And I was a small little guy and I just wanted to be there as well. So I was looking forward for this experience, especially that nowadays it's 3 events in one. So that sounds even more promising. But it is only a 2-day event, and on Friday when we built up, I heard that they would have around 60,000 people coming. Which sounds like a lot, which is around the size of Konichi if I'm not mistaken. But also Konichi again is 3 days, and if we compare it to Dokumi has 180,000 visitors during 3 days. That's the case for this year. And the Dokumi table was just slightly more expensive with 350 euros for myself, 700 for both of our tables. And I had expectations when going to this convention, hoping that I would make it and achieve my goal, which was above 1,000, but I did not make that. I made 901 euros, which is a bit frustrating because my profit is less than 50%, and that just shows me that it is not lucrative. And that's a bit frustrating because it was really stressful to get to Mia and organize everything, because I was not the one planning everything and being in contact with them, but it went over our friend, and I like them, they're very sweet. But it was just an experience that was very exhausting for myself. And it just took so much energy from me, and that's sad. Especially because I was looking forward to it. Now I know that I won't go there anytime soon. On Sunday morning we also walked around talking to other artists, and all of them were a bit down. Like there was no artist that was really like, oh yeah, I made a lot of money or such, or it's going well. No, everyone was like, it's slow, it's very slow. And I at first hoped that it's like the case of on Saturday all the people look around and then on Sunday they go spend their money, but no, I made barely half of what I made on Saturday. In general, for Sunday I didn't really care about the money because I knew I would not get much, so I wasn't even bothered to worry about it. I was just like chilling there, being not stressed at all. I actually took my time for once to go through the artist alley and not be at my booth at the morning at 9, because nothing was happening at 9. So I was not bothered to be around there because I didn't miss out on anything. My first sales I would get 1.5 hours after opening time anyways. So I really took my time and went around and was just very chill. Of course, on Saturday I was a bit worried because I had to get my expenses in, which I did that day luckily, so I was a bit more chill after that. If you are at such an artist alley, you are sitting there waiting for something to happen, and it wasn't slow enough that I could just like chill there and sketchbook and draw and doodle and just sit there. No, there were still many people walking by, so I always got up, look at them, see if they need anything, but then they just walked off again. And it wasn't fast enough that I would be actually busy and working. It was just a loss of time because you can use that time for something else then, but you're standing there and waiting for time to pass. Not even talking about the stress we had on Saturday due to Dokumi, and oh my god, I just hope that we get accepted, but I was not fast enough, I think, so I will not get into the first third of people applying. But oh well, we will see what they will tell us at the start of next year. The people were very tough and tougher than in Luxembourg for LGX, and also very distant. Like they looked, but they mostly just passed, and they didn't really take their time most of the time. They were like, yeah, just as if you would go through the merchants and not really like care about the artists. That's the vibe I get, because in Germany still many people go to the artist alley knowing that all of the things they find there is made by one person most of the time, is made by an artist, and that you can only find that one item at that booth. Then again, if you have an artist alley with dropshippers and AI, maybe that's the reason why people are not as intrigued to think that way and look around like that. But yeah, the connection between artists and visitors was missing most of the time. Of course, there were a handful of people that were so damn sweet, and I talked to them. I talked to them about the convention and how the convention culture is in Belgium and how they feel about it. And most of them were very sad that there is apparently not much going on in Belgium. Like, you have those big events, but apparently there is a lack of smaller events and events where people socialize and get together and connect. Because as I already mentioned, you have like these walls already between the artists. It's just like, so everyone does their own thing and you do not talk to others. It feels like as if that would be forbidden. That made it also feel very cold, but the people that talked to me, they just made my day, because besides of that, I didn't really had much to do. So whenever I could talk to someone, I was just so happy, and they also just brought such positivity. They really made my weekend. No matter what happens, I still had some nice people here and I could talk to them, and I even got art from some, and it's just the sweetest thing. I will also show you. I got actually some art from one of my viewers, and they recognized me, and it was just so sweet, and oh my god, it was just such a pleasure to talk to them. And I for the first time felt like a famous YouTuber. I don't know, it was just such a vibe and so sweet, and it really like made me so damn happy. But yeah, apparently it's very hard to get to events in Belgium because there is not much going on and happening. Because for example in Germany again, 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago, I joined Animex, which is a forum. Social media destroyed it a bit, and most people are now on Instagram and all that. But back then you had like Animex, and people would connect there, and people would create events over that page and inform people that that event is happening. And it was a way to be social and create things. Konichi, for example, is a convention that is managed by Animex. It's sponsored by Animex, and I think they put it also into life, like, because they are the ones organizing it mostly. And that, for example, helped to create a big community and also to help establish conventions of that kind in Germany. Maybe that's also the reason why I always miss out on French and Belgium cons. I most of the time miss out on them, and only in retrospect get to know that this event happened, and then I'm very sad because sometimes it's very local and I could have gone there, but it's too late. I don't know where I find this information. In Germany, I know where to find it. Worst case, I go to Animex, although it's not as full of people anymore. They still have active members that put out events, and due to that I could connect to other people and find my environment that keeps me updated. And as usual, most people paid by card. I made around 35% of my sales in cash and the rest in card. So if you go to Belgium conventions, make sure that you have something like a sum up or so, because they will just pull out the card and expect that you have it. I don't even take that bad because I have sum up, but I think it's also just like a cultural thing there. Then again, there were also not many cosplayers. And often when you have many cosplayers, you also have more people that are intrigued in going to the artist alley and taking their time to look around. While there were many normal people in a very loving way, like people that are not necessarily in fandoms or such, or like also parents. Like around the same vibe as LGX. I'm so sad because I saw such good cosplayers. Like I saw 2 people cosplay Rhodey and Vincent from Deadplate, and I'm so sad I didn't stop by because I have stickers of them and they looked so good from afar, and they passed my booth, like they passed the corridor I was in twice, and oh my god, they looked so good from afar. And on the same note, I had the same thing with Ushka and Dr. Masakrik from Psycho Cuties, and they were sometimes so close, but they never came to me and I couldn't see them properly, but they also looked so good of what I've seen, and I'm so sad that I couldn't talk to them because I was literally so excited when I saw all 4 of them, and oh my god, such good characters and such good games and animations, and oh my god, I would have loved to talk to them, but they were busy and just passing by, and oh my god, sad. It's also the first time I saw these characters being cosplayed, which amazed me. In general, many more people knew that played in Psycho Cuties, and I sold quite some stickers of them, which made me very, very happy. Like, I was so excited whenever someone recognized it and got so excited about it, because it's something you do not find most of the time. I think the only time I saw another artist have one of these things was a Dokumi, and that was an artist that had that played as well. But it was the only other artist at a artist alley with more than 750 artists. You know, like, it's small, and it's just things I love. And I would like to have more merch of that played, and maybe Psycho Cuties. But yes, that really excited me, made me happy. That also added to my happy moments at Mia. But let's see, I won't go there next year, maybe the year after. Maybe if I have a bigger booth, it's more lucrative, I don't know. But if I go back to Belgium, it will probably be at Facts. I try to apply for the spring edition for Facts. Facts always had a good vibe so far, and it's the closest for people from Belgium to see me again, because some were very excited and asked me if I would come back. So let's go back to Facts, because so far Facts was alright and had a good vibe. It is also closer to the Netherlands and has an impact on that. Also, most people speak Flemish. I hope it's the right language I chose now, but I think they speak Flemish, and they also enjoy speaking English, while in Brussels most still speak French, and my French sucks. I still sometimes spoke it. I tried my best. It's not like that I flat out refuse on speaking it. I just suck, and have anxiety at times due to French, but I did my best, and maybe people did not vibe whenever I said hi in English, and they were just like, no, English, goodbye. I don't know, maybe. Overall, it's just very interesting to see the differences from con to con, the year, and also from country to country. But this was it for now. If you have any questions or feedback, please let me know down in the comments. If you want to support me, you can do so on my Ko-fi. I also upload some snippets of me working on my comic whenever I have the time to do so. And I also offer commissions, so if you're interested, just shoot me a message and we can see what I can do for you. And for the rest, I wish you a good day or night wherever you are. Bye!